What I want to do is a little tail of the tape. We're going to go through Dodgers and Mets. We're going to go from their starting pitching to their bullpen to the offense to the defense to the manager. And I'm going to pick which team has the advantage in each category. So let's start with the starting pitching rotation. For me, this is the Mets. Now, if we were doing this a month ago, I might have given a different answer. My thoughts here might have been different. The Dodgers team starting rotation ERA is the best. Now, Walker Buehler goes out for the year and out next year. Tony Gonsolin goes down. Hopefully that's not too big of a deal and he can be back here quickly. But Clayton Kershaw hasn't been the most healthy this year. There's some issues there. So when I look at these two teams, and I want to look at this from a playoff standpoint, when I look at these two teams, there's no question to me that the Mets rotation is the better, with having Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer and Chris Bassett at the top of that rotation. Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom are the best 1-2 punch in all of baseball, and that's not debatable. So you start looking at a playoff series, and you're going to have to face those guys multiple times. Maybe not deGrom, because I doubt they're going to be pitching him on short rest very often. But with deGrom and Scherzer at the top of that rotation, I will take them, especially with Walker Buehler now being out for the rest of the year. Let's move on to the bullpen. Bullpen, I'm also taking the Mets. And this is another situation where the Dodgers team bullpen ERA is actually better. I have concerns there with the Dodgers back end of the bullpen. For me, Edwin Diaz makes up all of the slack here. Edwin Diaz comes in the ninth inning and gets the job done. Craig Kimbrell comes in the ninth inning, and everybody is shaking in their boots. It's simple. Come playoff time, come October, you need a dominant back into the bullpen. Edwin Diaz has proven that he can come in the eighth and get 6 outs for a team in dominant fashion, and I don't trust the Dodgers bullpen to do as much as Edwin Diaz can do. So I'm picking the Mets bullpen solely because Edwin Diaz is the best closer in the game of baseball, and his walkout entrance is electric as well. So just throwing that in there. Let's move on to the offense. This one is easy. The offense, hands down, without a doubt, is the Dodgers. The Dodgers are the best offense in baseball. They have by far the highest OPS in baseball. They have all-stars, MVPs, every direction you look. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Cody Bellinger. Now, he's obviously not the MVP, Cody Bellinger, anymore, but every once in a while he steps up and has a big hit. Will Smith has been the best catcher in baseball for the last couple of years. Trey Turner, unbelievable. I mean, you just look around this field, this offense, and there is no doubt that by far the Dodgers offense is better. And that's quite the statement, because the Mets offense has vastly improved from years past. Pete Alonso's been really good, but Starling Marte is a stud. Jeff McNeil's been really good. Mark Canha's stepped up big time. You look around the Mets offense, and they are so improved from last year. But this is no question, no statement. The Dodgers offense is elite. They are the winners here, and they are the best offense in the game of baseball. Moving on to defense. Defense, also the Dodgers. I mean, look, the Mets have a good defense, but how do you go against Freddie Freeman at first base, Mookie Betts in the outfield, Cody Bellinger in the outfield? I mean, the Dodgers have gold glovers everywhere you look. I'm a big fan of them and the defense, so Dodgers here for me. So, look, we're sitting at 2-2. I want to get to the manager. The tiebreaker here is going to be the manager. Is it going to be Dave Roberts? Is it going to be Buck Showalter? For me, the winner is the Mets and Buck Showalter. What Buck Showalter has brought to the Mets this year cannot be understated. I brought I had Keith Hernandez on the podcast just a couple of weeks ago, and he said of all the pickups the Mets have made in the offseason, they got Scherzer, they got Starling Marte, Marcana, Eduardo Escobar, Chris Bassett. The biggest pickup they made was Buck Showalter for what he has meant to this team and bringing the team together. On the other side of things, has Dave Roberts won a ton of games in the regular season and is a perennial playoff guy and has tons of playoff wins? Yes. However, when it comes to playoff baseball, I do believe Dave Roberts gets a little panicky. I think he's quick to hit the panic button. I think he changes up everything he does in the regular season, which obviously October is different. But look, I don't love the way he manages the pitching staff in October, which is easy to say. I mean, come on, who's going to be good at it? Not many. And I do think he's good. I just think that he gets a little gimmicky sometimes. Sometimes he pulls the plug a little too early. The calendar turns to October, and Dave Roberts turns into a different manager with his team. You start seeing, bullpen guys starting in the World Series, which sometimes works out, sometimes doesn't. For me, it's Buck Showalter, what he has meant to this Mets team this year, and that is the tale of the tape for the Dodgers versus the Mets. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.